Okay, guys, I don't have long, so I'm just going to jump straight back into the story. So, me and the family went out yesterday to Disney. And then at the end of the day, when we were basically almost done, we went to Animal Kingdom. They close at 6 p.m. So I thought I had, another portion of the day to come home, relax for a minute, and then just go ahead and like do whatever I have to do. The constant to-do list. I'll be able to do all of those things. And then I also had to work, right? I already start work at 11 a.m., which is very difficult for me to get to work on time. I do struggle because of the most. It is very difficult to get there at 11. I am caregiver to my sister, helping her get ready. I got to get myself ready. I have my disabilities. My body this Cadillac don't just get up and run. You remember how you would get in a car and let your car run to warm up. I literally have to warm up my body before I can even move or go. So yesterday, my job, they texted me and asked me would I be willing to come in an hour earlier and then get off work 10 to 4 rather than 11 to 6. So immediately as I'm out having fun, it's almost like, or living my life, it's like the to-do list, it takes so much to forget those things, right? Because you can't never get them done. So if you don't take a moment in your life and just push them to the side, you don't have life. Your life's going to pass you by. So you have to squeeze in time for yourself, or you're going to lose yourself. I've been there too. So you get into survival mode. This is a big reason why I spent much of my life in survival mode. So as I finally get to kind of living somewhat, having fun, watching my sister finally be able to have fun, or as much as she's able to, not thinking about her epilepsy, not having to, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a good day. And I do have those vlogs that I'll release or whatever. So I get a text message that says from the job, will you come in earlier? And I'm like, I'm already out at a theme park. Do I really want to come earlier? I'm going to be tired. I still want to go home and clean up. I still have this to-do list to work on. I still want to, maybe get me some content in, or, because I got to build that thing that I want, outside of work. I got to live in these margins, the small margins between work. So do I really want to add more work to myself coming in early? So I told myself I would think about it. So I was like, Keita, don't worry about that. Put that back to the side. Don't even worry about that right now. You're having fun. That will take away from what you're doing now in the moment if you worry about that. So I said, yeah, I'll let them know later on. I look at my phone again and I get a text saying thank you from them. I'm like, thank you? Like, thank you sounds like I responded and you're thanking me for my response. I look at the phone. Now I have this new phone that my daughter, it's something about the screen, even when I put it in my pocket, like you have the screen lock, but it does not, it keeps opening up and it's doing text messages, it's getting on accounts, it's almost purchasing things, it's doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, the phone supposed to be asleep in my pocket. Like, I didn't have that issue with my last phone. When I cut the phone, like when I pushed that button on the side to close the face of the phone off, it doesn't just keep having activity happen, right? Back in the day it did. That's what they call butt calling or butt dialing. And my mom, she actually called it a booty call. That was what a booty call was, when you had your phone in your pocket and it dialed someone. That was a booty call. Like, for real. But this phone is constantly doing it. So you know how now texts are kind of smart, where if you don't have the time to text, it gives you a couple options of answering back, and it answers yes, why. Why did it answer yes? It answers yes, why. So they went back and answered thank you, and because we were trying to find out. And I'm like, this ain't even my text style. Y'all know when I text, when I email, when I comment, I always have dot, dot, dot behind everything. Everything. Like, if you just watch, it's been since I've been on social media. I used to do that on Facebook. I text that way. I comment that way. I always have dot, dot, dot. That's my signature. Like, literally. And it didn't have that. It just had yes, comma, why. And that was it. So I'm like, great, the thing answered for me. So I started thinking, well, maybe I should go early. I can get off early, and then I could go work on that to-do list, those things that I have not marked off on that recertification. And, you know, maybe it's all working out for the good. So in the last ride in the queue line, an acquaintance messaged me and said, hey, why don't you come over? The one that I said was out of town, so I had to, go see them, because they're no longer living here. So your time is with that person is kind of limited. So you can't just, we'll reschedule for this time, or we'll reschedule. It's like you have to act in the moment. And I'm like, okay, well, she is leaving tomorrow, so... Well, she was supposed to leave the night before. I did hang out with her the night before, but she was like, hey, why don't you come by with the grandkids? Y'all go swimming, or, hang out. I could see the grandkids before I go back out of town. And I'm like, well, I guess we are leaving Animal Kingdom early. I guess we could just stop by for like an hour or so. Live your life a little bit, Keita. You're always stressing. Like, you're always... seem like you're trying to get somewhere, but you're never like living as though you've arrived anywhere. So go ahead and chill and just, So we left the theme park. We were hungry, so we went on and stopped by Walmart. I wanted to stop by Publix, but we stopped by Walmart. My daughter got a few snacks, and then my sister wanted to get something to eat, because we had really only ate the little food that we ate there at Disney. And you can't get yourself full off of how those prices, right? For real. Like, you're gonna share food, you're gonna, like that. And I kept just drinking a lot of water so that I would not be hungry or whatever. So, and you trying to enjoy everything, so that's why you're not thinking about eating so much. So we do all of that. We head out to her. I see it's about 30 minutes, 30 something, almost 40 minutes from the theme park. We're gonna slide by. We get there, and then when I get there, usually I'm like watching the clock. I'm always watching the clock. That is another testimony. Always trying to live by the moment. Like, oh, you said you could only stop for a couple of hours, so make sure it stay on track, because you got all this stuff you got to do. Only a couple hours, Keita. Only a couple hours. And once you get in and you sit down, and you're, an hour's went by like that. My grandchildren, they having fun. We eating little snacks, and we talking, and another hour went by. Like, and you're actually in the moment enjoying it, and you're not limiting that time, because you usually have to limit all those things. I said, whatever, it is what it is. So I didn't get home to 1 something in the morning. And I'm like, great, I already made this obligation to go to work an hour earlier. So I'm already like, oh man, I've kind of already put myself in a bad position because I agreed. I didn't really want to agree, but I did agree. And it agreed for me. So now I got to go through it. So I'm like, maybe I should shower tonight. These are the things of how I try to deal with this. I'm like, maybe I'll shower tonight. It's even been times where I showered and just washed my uniform and put the uniform on, and then when I wake up I could just jump up and go, because I tend to, when I stay up super late, I get up late. I was thinking of different scenarios. I'll set 12,000 alarms, and if I don't hear the first 100, I'll eventually hear one and get up and get ready early and, get out the door. I was like, I could figure this out some type of way. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna worry about it. I get home, my niece and nephew, they're over. There's they spent a couple of nights, because they just had to spend a couple of nights with us, right? Try not to be long-winded, but I'm still long-winded. But they spent a couple of nights with us, so they're over there. I come in and the living room is trashed. They've been in the rooms, they've been scavenging. These are little kids. They're like 8 and 5 or something like that. 7 or 8, I don't know, somewhere around there, and 5. So they're little kids, so that's how little kids do. But they have the living room an utter mess. Toys pulled from everywhere, food packaging everywhere. And I come in and I'm like, this bothers my ADHD. I cannot, when an environment is cluttered, it makes it where I can't think, because I'm just thinking about, I got to move that because that's a mess over there, but I also got to do this over here. So I can't focus. It cuts my focus off. It distracts me so bad. So I'm like, before I can do anything, I got to clean this living room, because they all sleep and got to go to school in the morning. So I'm like, I can't even lay my head down. I'm tired from a theme park all day and hanging out. So I come in, I cleared as much stuff as I could out the floor. I couldn't do no deep cleaning because I was so tired, right? And then boom, it's morning time. I've strategically did not hear none of my alarms. Guess what alarm I hear? The one that is just enough time to get barely a shower and get to work. I had 30 minutes to get ready. 30 minutes, that's it. So I'm like, I'm not finna be late when I could have been my regular time. So I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it, Keita. Just go on, get your shower. I'm gotta make myself take a quick shower now, not one with that I'm getting up under and and I woke up so stiff and hurting. My injuries, and then actually being out walking all around, I was hurting so freaking bad. I could barely move. And the first thing I do is get in the shower, stand under the hot water, stretch, and somewhat get my mobility going. But I don't have the time to do that. I have to literally jump in the shower, jump out, and run. And I do that. And then I'm like, looking at the time is going so rapidly when you're trying to hurry up. The time goes faster, it seems. As the more faster you go, the faster the time outruns you some type of way. So I get up, I'm trying to put my contact in because I can't do nothing without that. That's hurting my eye. I'm trying to get it to stay in because I can't drive without the contact. Then I'm like, I'm diabetic, so I literally got to eat something. I can't just jump up and go. I didn't have time to check my sugar because you got to check your sugar before you eat. But I'm just going by what my sugar usually is. So I'm like, it's usually about this, so I guess I should be good. I hope, God, that I'm good. So let me just grab something to eat. Can't find nothing. I grabbed this little old chicken wing and a half a biscuit. It was the smallest morsels of food. And I'm like, if I could just get to work, it won't matter. Lunchtime will come and then I can eat and I'll be okay. Just get in, get the day going, and then, eat and you'll be fine. You'll catch up. Well, I'm like, where's my wallet so that I can clock in? My wallet is in the car, in my dad's car, because we borrowed his car to go to Disney. So I'm like, okay, Keita, don't panic. I got about 5 minutes to find me something to eat and find this name badge so that I can get to work. So I'm like, calm down. Don't worry. It's all going to work out. It's not the worst thing. So I have to talk to myself because my first instinct, I'm going to get overwhelmed and instantly thrust it into anxiety. So I'm like, don't worry about it. You'll find it. Just go get your dad keys, go in there, get your wallet out and go. And something was telling me, I bet when I walk out this door, that car is gonna, because my dad have 2 cars. That's gonna be the car gone. And I promise you, it was like I knew the future, but I didn't. That was the car strategically not there. That was the day he wanted to drive that car. So I'm like, great, so my wallet's gone somewhere. So I'm like, okay, Keita, calm down. Just calm down. Please don't get alert because you'll get yourself overwhelmed and, the most will happen. So I said, I'll just call him. I'm looking through this phone. Y'all notice a new phone. I don't have his number. God dog it, I can't just call him to see if I can meet up with him to get my keys. Tell them, hey, I'm not able to come at that time. I'll just come at my original time, though I already said yes. Why? So then I'm still trying to keep myself calm. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to, just go. Just go. There's an alternate way to get into the theme park, but it takes a long time. So now I really don't have the time to be early for that long process to get in without my badge. But I'm like, maybe I could just hurry up and get to work and hopefully catch every single red light, green light, and I can make up some time so that I can have the extra time to get through the gate. So God granted that. It was all green lights. I got there early. I'm like, whoa. Okay, so I can take the extra time because you first got to get through a toll booth because you have to pay to park. And they don't have proof that I'm a employee, even though I have on my uniform. This is my checkered skin, but still, you got to do things by the book. So it takes them longer than just swiping a badge. It's going to take where you have to look me up. You got to make sure that I'm legit. I'm supposed to be here, this, and that. So that happens. And I'm like, okay, I still got time. I text my job that, hey, I don't have my badge. I don't even have my whole wallet. I'm heads up, I'm going to be coming in, just to put them on notice that I'm going to be calling from the gate so that I can get through security, because you got to pass security after you pass that. Those 2 things are harder without your badge. So I'm like, they're not responding to any of those messages. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be the most. I'm still going to be late. I would have went through all of this and I'm still going to be late. When I'm early, how am I early but late? Girl, that's my life. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm trying to explain. And I hope I'm doing a good job, but it don't seem like I am. But I try to do good, but the worst always happens. the results. It's like I plant good crop, and what I reap is, I don't know what this is. This is not the crops I planted, So I get up to the security, and they're like, "Can you get in touch with someone at your area that you work at, your location, and then they can call, verify everything, and we can let you through the gate." I'm like, "Yeah, I've been texting, but nobody's answering, so I'll try." So I call, and they answer on the first ring, and I'm like, it's a voice I do not recognize. So I'm like, "Hey, I'm at the gate, trying to get through security." And then now it's the point where if it takes any time a little bit more than what it's taking, I'm going to be late. And then we get pointed for being late, which that sucks that you said you'll come early, but now you're going to get a point because you were late for the earlier shift. Right? That's why I don't like to obligate myself to come in early, because I know the hula hoops and fiery hoops I jumped through to even try to keep up with this job. So then I get through, and I'm like, I can still make it in time. There's a little grace period. So I'm like, I can make it before the grace period ends. And I get all the way over there, and then they have an alternate way to sign into, to clock in for the day. But you're only supposed to use it like in emergency time. So I don't have my badge, so I literally have to use it. And then you can't really get on the register to take care of the guests unless you have your badge. I don't have it, so I'm like, I don't even know if this is going to let me put in my number to get in, and it does. So I'm like, okay, so I should be good. That was the most getting in here, but I should be good from here. Girl, it's never all good from here. After I jump through one fiery hoop, it is always the next fiery freaking darn hoop. But anyway, I'm sorry. I keep getting so long-winded that, you know what, at this point, my head hurt because of the day that I have had. I don't feel good. So I can't finish the story time today. I'm so sorry. Or unless I do it later. Like, I literally got to get me some Excedrin and eat something, and hopefully I feel better. But, yeah, so we'll try again tomorrow to finish this story. Just hold in there.